This car nearly destroyed BMW's reputation, and yet today it's one of their most iconic creations. The BMW M1. Back in the late 1970s, BMW wanted to prove they could do more than make sensible executive saloons. They wanted a supercar, something to beat Porsche on the road and on the track. To do that, they turned to Lamborghini for help with design and production. Yes, the very company famous for countacts and chaos was meant to build BMW's first mid-engined car. And from the beginning, it was a disaster. Lamborghini was broke, deadlines slipped, and politics got in the way. By the time BMW wrestled control back, the whole project was hanging by a thread. What should have been a German-Italian dream turned into a bureaucratic nightmare. But here's the twist. Despite all that, what emerged was nothing short of incredible. The M1's body was styled by Giorgetto Giugiaro, the same man behind the DeLorean, the Lotus Esprit, and half the most iconic cars of the 70s and 80s. It looked like nothing BMW had ever made before. Wedge-shaped, sleek, futuristic. This wasn't just a BMW with fancy paint, it was a true supercar silhouette with presence to rival anything from Italy. And the engine, a 3.5-litre straight-six with 277 horsepower. Doesn't sound like much today, but back then it was savage. It revved hard, it screamed louder than any BMW road car before it, and it gave the M1 a purity that modern supercars with turbos and electronics simply don't have. But the real magic was in how it drove. Mid-engine balance, razor-sharp steering, a chassis that felt alive. It wasn't just fast, it was precise. It proved BMW's engineers could build a car to rival the Italians, if only management had let them finish the job properly. Because here's the problem. The M1 never got to prove itself on the world stage. Homologation rules changed, Group 4 and Group 5 racing shifted, and the M1 arrived too late to dominate the way it was intended. Instead, BMW had to invent their own racing series, the Procar Championship, just to give it something to do. And ironically, that's where the M1 became a cult hero. Formula One drivers like Niki Lauda and Nelson Piquet raced them side by side in one-make battles that remain some of the most entertaining racing of the era. Still, only 453 road cars were ever built. It was too expensive, too complicated, and frankly, too misunderstood. On paper, it was a failure, but in reality, it was the car that launched BMW's M division into legend. Without the M1, there would be no M3, no M5, no heritage for BMW to brag about today. The BMW M1 is controversial because it didn't do what it was meant to. It didn't win Le Mans.